Hello, dear listeners, and welcome to the Tales End podcast and this week's preview showcase. As always, we'll be getting our regularly scheduled programming later this week, but in addition to our usual 3 short stories brought to you by our talented voice cast and writers, we have something special for you. One of your very own dear listeners, who at this time has chosen to remain anonymous, has submitted a short story that we think you'll find rather fascinating and fits this week's theme. You'll have to wait until the full episode is released, but for this week's preview auditory entertainment, the Tales End podcast presents an excerpt from Memories. I want you to imagine your happy place. That place where you feel most comfortable. Maybe that's a room in your house, or somewhere at a school, or a random location in your city. Think of it. Hold it tight in your mind. In fact, if you haven't already, close your eyes. Think long and hard about that place. Every nook and cranny, everything, inside and outside that space. Now I want you to keep your eyes closed, keep them tight, and let that place you have in your mind vanish. Think of the nothingness, the darkness, the cold, the empty space in your mind. Good. Now you see where I've been for who knows how long it's been at this point. I see an endless horizon of nothingness. It surrounds me. It's engulfing me. I'm scared. Terrified probably is a better word for it, but I can't think to use any synonyms at this point. My mind is racing too much, trying to know where the exit is, even though I can clearly see there isn't one. I was coming home from a night out with friends. It was fun. I was happy. I wasn't thinking of... Doesn't matter at this point. All that matters now is that I am here. I am in the void. I turned around, trying to see the door that let me through, the door to my apartment that I hoped was going to lead me to some place where peace, quiet, and solitude resided, to rest my aching mind. But no, apparently it only brought me to a darker place, somewhere that I wasn't prepared to go to, a place that I have no way to communicate out of. I am here. I am stuck. And there is nowhere to escape from it. I think I said it before, but I'm scared. It feels like my mind is playing tricks on me. I'm forgetting things. Everything but that fear. That fear is constant. It is the only consistency. With the door gone, I decided I might as well just go somewhere on foot, somewhere in a direction, pick a direction, any direction, right? Anything is better than standing still. So I moved. I walked. Slow, steady, even-paced. I think I can't really tell. My feet don't fall through into the emptiness below me, but boy, do I feel my heart sink with every step. Because I'm not finding anything, and then there it was. Something on the horizon. It was tiny at first. I don't know, maybe it was just something in my eye, or something weird. Cataracts run in the family, but no, my family genetics were not lying to me. There was something there. There was something with me in the void. How did it get here? I don't know. I don't even know how I got here. No, wait, I do. I came through a door. Anyways, I ran to it. I ran as fast as I could. And what I saw before me perplexed me, even beyond what I already knew, which probably wasn't much. Again, I don't even know how I got... No. I came here through a door. Who knows how any of this is even possible right now? 3 hexagonal glass pieces. Each of them had a side connecting to each other in a line. A little trifold, you could say. And they just floated there in the nothingness. The 2 on either side didn't have anything going on, but the one in the center was interesting because it was polished, it was clean, except for a few spots that showed its age, but in a place that seemed timeless. Any proof of change could put a smile on my face. I saw myself in its reflection. However, what reflected back was delayed. It wasn't moving properly. I called out to it jokingly and said hello, and it said hello back to me. What began was a conversation between myself and the being in the mirror, thinking at first it was a fun game, but I would slowly learn that that would not be the case. It was a reflection of me. It existed because I was there in front of it, or at least that's how I interpreted its mimicry. The whole trifold hummed a deep, rhythmic pulse. It grew louder every time I thought of a memories that were casted to the other two glass hexagons. They were happy memories, joyful things, times that I was truly happy. And that fear that I'd been feeling, that constant fear, began to dissipate. Even if I didn't find the exit, I could spend my days reliving old memories, right? It should have been that way, because as soon as I started to really look at those memories, really observe what was happening inside them, there she was. A girl who I once knew to be mine, who clearly wasn't mine anymore, stared back at me, and that feeling, that terrifying fear, came back with a fury. I had forgotten about her involvement in those memories. Maybe I chose to forget that she was there. But here, I was forced to remember every part of my life she was in. I yelled at the mirror, "No, stop, please, I don't want to remember this." And it mocked me. It just said what I told it. I couldn't stop this memory. It was already in motion, already playing on the screen, with no pause function available to me, and no way to eject it. I had nothing to do, could shatter it, but I figured the emotional scars would be easier to bear than the physical ones. And then it got worse. My reflection that I once stared at, yelled at, screamed at, argued with, and bartered with to try to make those other two hexagons changed itself. My reflection became her. 3 for 3. 1 on each hexagon. I said to it, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, why do you play the sickest jokes them all?" But in fact, it was rather funny. It was hilarious because I just remembered that I spent that whole day trying not to remember her, not to think about her, trying to move on. And yet here she was right in front of me. She spoke with the eloquence that I remembered, but it wasn't her voice. It was mine. It could only be mine reflected back, because that was all the mirror knew. This concludes our preview showcase, and we hope you enjoyed your auditory entertainment. The music played at the beginning and end of our preview showcase is Wonderlust by D. Yankee, and is licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial 4.0 International. Links to that song and every other sample we used throughout the show can be found in the description below. Thank you, dear listeners, and we hope you enjoyed the Tales End podcast.